and welcome back to 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor Nobby Clark. Hey Nobby.
Today, yep. Look at that, totally bloody wet. Ran through a puddle, bloody Invercargill weather. Look at that freaking deep in the back car park.
It's as bad as your power potholes.
Yeah, bloody terrible, isn't it?
All right, so let's kick off the amalgamation or suggestion of councils sharing some office space.
It's a dirty word to be talking about amalgamation.
Yes.
I don't think many city ratepayers would want to be amalgamated with the district.
Yep.
They've got their own issues and debt that goes with it.
Yep.
So
same with Core for that matter.
Yeah, so why would we combine?
Yep. Right.
But amalgamation will be on the horizon if there's a stomach for it. I don't personally have that.
Yep.
But we should be sitting in the same building as Environment Southam,
Yep.
Emergency Management Southam, which sits beside it.
Yep.
They're both out at Waikiwi, and potentially Southam District Council.
Yep.
So I've asked those three parties,
Yep.
do they want to come into a new building? Because this building here is not fit for purpose anymore. Like I said, on this floor, and this floor's a fifth of all the space in the building. There's only 4 of us working on here.
Wow.
So we've got lots of space that we need at times, but we don't need most of the time.
Yep.
So if we were sitting in a new building, we would be able to share services, share reception, share IT, which is an area that we all struggle to recruit, share building consent people.
And you can probably share a lot of comms because you've got comms, 10 comms staff in your council. You've got another 4 or 5 down at Southern District.
Yep.
At least 2 over in Gore. There's another 4 I think out at Environment South.
Yep. So there's economy of scale all
yes.
over the place,
Yep.
which means that we can start clawing back on our rates. It doesn't mean that we work as one entity,
Yep.
but you could then start to think, well, if we were to amalgamate, we'd already have the commonality of the building.
Yep.
If we don't amalgamate, because it'll be up to us, I think, I don't think government's going to push this anymore, then it doesn't matter, we're just in the same building.
Yep.
And people don't need to worry about where the boundary line is between the city and the district.
Yes.
They just come into the building and they'll be directed wherever.
Yep.
So I just think that's worth an ask.
Yep.
Where we'd go, who would know? People are surmising that the H&J building could come into play.
Yeah.
We've got some space on the corner of Kelvin and Tay,
Yep.
which is where SIT we're going to go. We could build there.
Yep. It's next to the Calvin.
Yeah, at this stage, no one council would build it. We'd probably get a developer to build it for us, and then we'd just become long-term tenants. I don't think there'd be much stomach for one council building and the others being tenants, because that would sort of imply that we'd make a commercial return out of the other ratepayers. That probably wouldn't sit too well, even though Southern District do accommodate via a property that we've got at the moment. So, yeah, that's on the horizon. Coming up tomorrow at the meeting.
Oh, well, that'd be good to hear back from that one.
Well, we need to move relatively quickly.
Yep.
If we do want to consider the H&J site, and there's nothing firmed up about that, but if we want to get in there, we've got to get in relatively early before somebody else does. So,
True.
yeah, we're looking at a wide range of options. Yep. This building here needs about 28 million to make it fit for purpose going forward. You wouldn't do that sort of money.
No.
I mean, it's a good building because it's not earthquake prone.
This would be better.
But it's a rabbit warren.
Yeah, it would be better repurposed as accommodation, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or something like
We'd
that.
sell this, and somebody would put some inner city apartments in there. I've already had approaches about that.
Well, maybe some sort of carrying on from today's announcement by obviously our national leader, Christopher Luxton, sort of catches up with they want to increase international students, so it'd be no brainer to council get a new building and turn this pass this to a developer who wants to turn it into student accommodation.
I know that SIT has still got money in the kitty. I think from memory about $14-15 million. So that might very well be on the agenda. They were looking to go across the other property on the corner, but that fell through. But yep, that was a good announcement today. Yeah,
so it's hopefully progress and moving forward for the city. Get those international student numbers back up will be great. And the great thing is a lot of them stay and set up businesses here or employ people here or get employed here, fill in the gaps that we need.
Yeah, the gap in his message today, which was really positive around immigration, students could come here and their partners, if they came, could work. Yep. I mean, that's great. And they can work as well and have the chance to stay. What wasn't said today was the ability of SIT to go into the market and go looking for their own. And I'm hoping that National/Act, when they get in October, will realise that each polytech should actually market itself. Yep. I mean, if you think about an analogy, if you want to buy a Japanese car, you don't go to a one-stop shop in Japan and let them tell you which one of the car brands you want. You go to each brand.
That's right.
And we need to have back what we had before, which is our ability to go and sell the city.
And also, it's people based here who understand our city can are far better at educating and selling it overseas to potential students than someone in Auckland who's doing it on our behalf, like I think's happened with the whole merger.
And Hamilton, but it just I don't get that.
It's just a cluster.
Yeah, and if we end up with 6,000 students here, and Hamilton ends up with 1,500, so be it. We've done the marketing. We've been good at it in the past. It's not a huge cost, and the benefit of having those students here is huge. Especially around retail and around hospitality in particular.
And we might as well finish off with, I see in the last week in the media reported that you've got your list of 15 things you want to get achieved before your term's ended. So we're coming up to your first term? Yeah, next month, isn't it?
I've got 752 days left on the countdown clock on my cell phone till the end of the sentence. And this sentence is the only sentence you don't get any time off for good behaviour. But I do have some other things. Everybody knows about the museum things, but I've got things like the eyesight needs to be done.
Yes, definitely. Now that's a big one. Look, we get a lot of people messaging our page who obviously out of town, and they've been in the city, and it's like there's no eyesight. Where is it? Or we have locals that are going, what's the story with the eyesight?
So that's one of the issues. Need to sort out an art gallery. Need to do things about the walking trail around town. I'd like to do something around the facades in the inner city so that they are freshened up and don't look tired and worn out, especially on Tay and Tay and D. Have some problem with that because some of our councillors are not all that keen to put ratepayers' money into freshening up buildings. But hey, if you want an inner city that's got good vibe, then you need to put some money into it. And it's not big money. Clearly, I want to do something around housing. We've got some major housing issues in the city.
It'd be great to get that Donovan Park thing across the line, wouldn't it? Because I mean, obviously, there's people wanting to develop it. Let's get it done. It's just getting the council bureaucrats sort of a bit of a nudge.
That's important to get that done quickly because it frees up money for us. Some significant dollars involved there. I can use that money, which I don't have at the moment, to go away and do some other housing work or to do things like sort out the rugby park issue, sort out the water tower, all these rats and mice stuff that just need to get done and get done quickly. So I've got a few things on that list. We'll see how much we get ticked off. I've got a couple of colleagues that reckon I won't get bugger all done, but we'll see.
Well, I'd be interested just to see how many are ticked off your. It's your bucket list, isn't it? Really, it's the bucket list. We might have to keep that as a rolling or an update every now and then about Nobby's bucket list before he finishes the mayoralship in two and a bit years. Well, that's 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor Nobby Clark. Till next week. See you later.